So the objective of this video or series has been to build a 7-figure clothing brand. Is it still possible? I truly believe it is. I've done this in the Etsy world and Amazon world, although that's a whole different lane in apparel. Now it's time for me to take on a new challenge, no matter how long it's going to take. I know we just got started last month with our clothing brand. We launched that, we did pretty okay, but now it's time for us to bring our awareness to the streets and do some pop-up shops. If you've been paying attention to our series,
now I will start getting out there, and what I mean by that is at least consistently doing pop-up shops.
The homie Marlon from World Envision and their 8-figure clothing brand has been helping me out with this series as well. You know, we launched the brand, now it's time for us to do a pop-up shop. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And you guys are always asking me what's necessary to do a pop-up shop. Well, let's go ahead and break that down. If you're in the Atlanta, Georgia area, now's your time. You're able to meet me and do a greet, whatever. Ask all those questions that you always want to ask me. Atlanta Expo, November 20th. Come see the clothing brand, come support. I will be here at the Atlanta Streetwear Market, myself, my team, and the clothing brand. So make sure you come check it out. I'll post a link down below so that you can get tickets to it. It's gonna be a fun event. Make sure you come check it out. With that being said, this isn't necessarily like a true pop-up shop. We're not doing that like a sneaker shop or a barber shop, which is the more typical way to do it. And it would be a more effective way to do it because there's really no competition. This right here is more of an expo with like 300 other clothing brands. So we really have to kind of build out a dope booth, right? So if you were going to do something that's more of like a true pop-up shop, like in collaboration with like a sneaker shop, there's pretty much a few ways you can exchange things. If you're starting up, hit them up, ask them if they're willing to accept a flat fee, and see if you can sell your merch at their store for the day. The true exchange though is not necessarily giving them a flat fee. The true exchange and collaboration, if you do a pop-up shop this way, is that you should be able to guarantee them traffic by bringing people in who's hopefully also going to be shopping for sneakers. So the true exchange is that you give them additional traffic, more people, more customers coming in to shop with not only you but them as well. So that will make it a more successful pop-up shop. But this right here is an expo, so we gotta build out a booth, and I'm gonna let you know exactly how we're going to do it. Well, I don't really know exactly how we're gonna do it yet, but let's go ahead and get to it. So far, we're already $725 down. And we only have 18 days until this event begins. And we don't have a booth. We don't have any type of inventory. We don't even have a point of sale system. Are we even prepared to do this? You know, we got 18 days to figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. But today, I need to be able to find a booth for our place. Really, this should be one of those times I should kind of gatekeep information, because I'm sure somebody else could be watching this that could have the exact same booth and make it even better and be at the show as well, because in some sort of sense we're kind of competing because it's a whole bunch of clothing brands in one show, but it is what it is. You know, for me, the reason why I've always done this is because if you do it more successful than I am, then I applaud you and you did it well. That makes me proud. But at the end of the day too, you know, iron sharpens iron, so if you do it really well, that should force me to do even better, right? So enough with the talking, let me look for a booth. And I know I have a hard time saying some words. I say booth, B-O-O-F. I'm trying, you guys, I'm trying. Let's take a chance to check out our sponsor for this video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. So one interest I have with using Skillshare is we can learn things like selling on Etsy. Here we have classes on how to launch and open your own Etsy store. We can learn how to create product listings, even understand how to do print on demand. So a class like Etsy Launch, how to open an Etsy shop like a professional seller from Tiffany Emery, this brings a lot of value to my life because everything's in a step-by-step format and I don't have to sit here and dig through a whole bunch of different videos on the internet and put it in order myself. This is a straight up step-by-step way of how to do things. And there's tons of classes within just selling Etsy alone. We can even type in print on demand. Here we have a lot of classes as well. The first 1,000 people to use the link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So there's several different types of expo booths like within our budget. I'm trying to spend like less than $2,000 on the booth and probably like $3,000 on inventory. So for this show, there's really only 3 requirements. You don't need to do everything that I'm about to try and do. You just need a table, the 6-foot table. You could probably buy one of those Costco, Sam's, Walmart's foldable, collapsible tables, but it's a requirement that you put a black, not necessarily black, but a tablecloth cover over it, so it looks a little bit nicer. 2, No plastic hangers. None of that cheap stuff. You gotta have some wooden hangers. Now that are already purchased, stick around because I'm gonna show you guys an expensive hanger that you still should not purchase. Number 3, you can't have cardboard boxes. That's all you really need so that you can vent at this event. But right now, hopefully we can take things a little bit further. I don't wanna go too crazy. Honestly, all I'm looking for is 3 black walls. I just wanna create like a U of panels. But so far, all I've been able to find is those custom photo backdrops, you know, like the ones that you have at a birthday party or at an event. On Amazon, I see one for 24 bucks. I don't think that comes with the mount and whatnot. So for 60 bucks, you get an 8x8 backdrop. I don't know if that's what I want. I really don't want fabric. I want something that's more of like a wooden panel. Something that's kind of more like, you know, my wooden table. So I've been looking for something like that and I haven't been able to find it. The next thing up I've been able to find is like a $900 curved. Well, they also have the flat one as well. It's 10 feet. We have a 10 feet space. And this is fabric and it's completely stretched out, but it's still not exactly what I want. And it also has like a table as well, a podium, which is pretty interesting. So you have both of those. And it also comes with a carrying case, but it's still going to be printed fabric. And I feel like I'm paying more so for the print than I am paying for the actual setup. And all I want is just something black because I'm gonna do the text myself, the logo, right? Now I did find something a little bit more cool and we're still kind of in budget, but it's really pushing it. This one right here is about $2,100. It has like a little mount for a TV, it has lights. Still looks like it's fabric stretched out, and that's because it is. I really don't want that. So I've been looking around non-stop all day and I've been able to find exactly what I wanted. And I had to send in a quote one time and this is the price that came back. $7,200 for 3 10 feet straight displays of black wood panels. That is way out of our budget. Now, I'm not a huge fan of making things, but I feel like this is where we have to go. So where are we gonna go? We're gonna go to YouTube University and see if someone has built something like this. All right, it's time for me to get my interweb learning on. Yo, so I've literally been on the phone all day trying to figure out how to build out this booth the exact way I wanted to. I did not want to cheap out. Well, I am cheaping out because now I have to build it because I don't want to spend too much on this, right? Especially for a first time. We don't know, but I still want it to be close to what I want. So everybody that I've pulled up so far, this is what I want to avoid. I don't want to have to cut a whole bunch of 2x4s together and screw it at the expo, but I've come across one person and selflessly shared how she did it. Huge shout out to Ampersand Studios for this video. This video right here is incredible. So what they did is genius. So what they did is they went to Home Depot, bought doors, flush doors, wooden doors. I don't even know if it's wood, but they bought flush doors, like before the handles get put on there, without the door handle holes on there. And they pretty much just mount them all together. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So I did the math. We only need about 9 doors, but we're gonna only have a 9x9 foot space now. But this is awesome because now we're at around $630 for all of these doors. And they bought it before COVID, so for them it was like only 300 bucks, which is freaking incredible. So we're gonna go pick up some doors and we're gonna put this thing together. Y'all ready for this? Let's get it. All right, so for us to get started, we need some doors and equipment. So let's get it. Now I got the stuff, all we gotta do is assemble it and we pretty much ready for this show. Alright, so check it out, we almost done with the paint. It probably needs like one more coat in a few areas. But this is the booth right here. It's a pretty quick, simple build out. Now we about to do the decals for it. So we're gonna put something up here. Well, you know what we're gonna put right there. And then we're gonna put the decals on the side, probably like the mission statement, the why of the brand and the purpose of the brand and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna show you how we're about to do that. So if you're not new here, you know this is a vinyl cutter. So pretty much we're making one big sticker. Like I said, we got the big logo right there. Then I cut out a few different phrases. We don't know which one we're gonna use just yet, but we're trying to figure that out. check it out. These are the separate door panels. I just want to show you guys this top piece right here. This is I think it's called like a metal strap tie or something. We just bought a whole bunch of these, and these are only like $1 or so each, and we just screwed them all together. So for us just to initially set this up, it probably took us about an hour or two. We have a 4-hour setup time, and we're gonna practice with this. Now that we already know exactly how this goes, I think it'll probably only take us about 30 to 40 minutes to set up all these doors. All right, so we actually have some Z-racks too, which is right here. I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like in the booth. All right, so check it out. This is what we got so far. I got some other surprises that I'm gonna add that's not in this video just yet because we're not there yet. And so we got this double rack right here. Shout out to my screen printer, Rio. He actually gave this to me. We got the double rack right here. It's a little bit smaller. So now we still have room to put like a shelf up here and get our hats going right here. This side of the wall right here, I know how important it is to share your why. I have a few quotes written out. We're gonna put something right there. Same thing for this side. We're probably gonna put like our purpose or, you know, our message right here. So on this side right here, we're probably not gonna use this. This is the more expensive rack. It's actually a Z rack, but look how long it is. It takes up too much space. And one thought that we did have was that we could just have one Z rack and turn this into like a photo op situation, so you could take a photo with your merch. But I think it'll be more ideal customer wise if we have 2 of these. That way, because for me, I feel uncomfortable shopping at a rack when someone's already there, and you know, it can get a little crowded. So now we can at least have 2 people on each side just skimming through it real quick. And we got the hats, and that's pretty much it. We're good to go. Of course, we got the table. We gotta get the tablecloth cover for it. We got a rug coming. Got something else that's gonna be really dope. You'll see it on November 20th if you decide to pop up. Listen, this is probably one of those times I should have kept information to myself, but at the same time, I saw a lot of other booth designs and they were way, way better. I just like to keep things really super simple. All right, so check it out. Also, I mentioned the hangers earlier. So these hangers right here is actually a pretty decent price, but they're velvet hangers. I do not recommend it because check this out. So for like a nice like dress up coat or whatever, it's usually like silk or whatever it is on the inside, and it slides straight through. It doesn't work for t-shirts because it gets stuck on the cotton. But the wooden ones, easy for you to glide straight on, right? If you want to support me or the brand, and if you can't make it to Atlanta, try to make it because, you know, I want to meet you guys. And if you can't come to Atlanta, purchase something from the shop, please, because this is the #1 way you can support me. Check out this hoodie, and that's still a puff screen print on it. We just got these right here made. Take care of your mental health. We got the puff butterflies on the sleeve, and then we got a lot of $10 tees on sale right now on the website, screen printed puff with the logo on it. The after hours are those moments where you question your own ability to become great. It's those moments where you fight those day-to-day struggles and it's hard to see through. And one thing I want you guys to know is that you're not alone in this fight and you can make it through.